episode of the Royal Mogul Podcast. I'm very excited to be doing episode 12 with my favorite girl!
Yay!
Bestie! Hey.
You have to answer whatever you ask, truthfully, openly. Not okay, no, not whatever. Oh,
You guys
God.
heard her.
No,
And
pause.
for one, she's been panicking about being on the show or the podcast, whatever you want to title it, because she's just like, hey, who intense, like,
Hey,
I've
man.
gone so deep and I don't think I'm ready for it. But I'm very excited that I get to sit with my sister, my twin. For those that don't know that I have a twin sister, I have a twin. What's that like? Please, don't come with foolishness here. It's not your platform. You have to invite. Not even 5 minutes in.
It's like you don't know.
This is what happens. This is the problem. Oh my God.
We have to get through this.
And I'm hoping I try to keep it under an hour. We haven't even started with any conversation. We haven't even said hi properly. Like, you mess already. But anyway, welcome to another episode.
I'm gonna do my best.
Thank you for still sticking with us. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, and comment. The comments are a bit quiet, but can y'all just, engage, say something, ask questions, tell me your opinions about what we've discussed, etc. And yeah, man, engage with us. It will be very interesting. How are you, Sisa?
I'm awesome, Sisa.
I call her Sisa.
I'm
We call each
awesome.
other Sisa, which we explain it as it's sister in Afrikaans. And we picked this up in Bloem, back home, because our friends also call each other sisters. And then, as friends who see one another as sisters, we're all Sisa. So, hi, Sisa! There's a lot of editing that needs to be done here. Mati, I'm sorry. Anyway.
Yes.
Do you want to tell people what you do? I mean, it's clear that you are my twin sister. Some people do know that you're a fashion designer, etc. But do you want to introduce yourself properly?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be honest. Let me be
Be
serious.
Yes.
About this thing because it is serious. Hey guys, my name is Lee. I am a fashion designer. I am a stylist. Yes, those are my main two things. I love music and I enjoy everything that's pretty and beautiful and soft and I like nice things.
She's trying to outshine me on my own show. So since 3 episodes ago we decided she's going to style me, she's going to dress me. Okay, Fly, you're not invited yet. She's going to style me, and now that I featured her today, I styled myself by something she made, right? I dressed myself, and then this girl comes out looking like this, and I'm just like, and once again, she made that stuff herself. So I'm just like, whose episode is this? Am I featuring you? Are you featuring me? Like, what's going on?
We are featuring one another.
Standard.
Is it one another or each other?
So, whichever way you want to put it, it's fine.
We must go get the refund.
No, I'm not getting no refund. Guys, it's hard. Our minds are busy.
Go heavy, man. Go heavy.
But we actually feature each other, one another, whichever way you want to put it. The English teachers will correct in a lot of things because our careers complement each other. She's a fashion designer, stylist. I am, makeup artist, and what else? Yes, makeup artist and
Careers 24. She's everything there.
I do a lot of things.
Literally.
So we complement one another and we help one another a lot. However, at the same time, as much as that's a huge plus and positive, there's a lot of negatives to that as well. Because one, we're twins, we're born together, obviously. We're only a minute apart. She's a minute older than me. Secondly, we've been together since the day we were born. The only time we were apart for the longest time was 2010.
Yes,
2010
yes,
and
yes,
2011
yes, yes.
when I went home for a year and she stayed
The World
here.
Cup.
Yeah, that was essentially the longest we've been apart. And then since then, well, I mean, there's been gaps in between, and then it's been like recently, which was a solid 3 months
Of not being together.
of not being together. Like we video call and stuff, but just being in one another's presence. So, what we're gonna do today, a lot of people, and I'm really not being like, I'm not making this up, what I'm about to say. Since, well, a lot of our friends that know us and people that have met us over the years kept saying, why don't you guys have a reality show together? You guys are so interesting, your life is so amazing. And I'm like, no, it's fine, it's authentic here and whatnot. They kept saying, create a YouTube channel together. Like, no, we're good, you know? And I guess this will probably be the first, not the last, but the first and maybe the only time you get to see us together. And we get to answer whatever we've been asked over the years. We'll try. And what we go through as twins, as sisters, as individuals, and learning to, you know, live individual separate lives. Huh? Sure, that English was rough for that moment. Did that sound right?
Hey man, it is what it
It
is.
is what it is. So, Lee, how does it feel like being a twin?
Ooh, tle. You know,
I
I was thinking,
common
you know,
question we get.
I was busy there getting ready, and that's the first thing that came to my mind. Probably one of the first things I want to talk about. Like, people are always asking, oh my gosh, you're twins. How does it feel? Hey. Just wait. Yo, my gosh. It's okay. Like, I was born with her. She's literally half of me. I've seen her all my life. There's nothing great about it. It's great for you guys as outside people looking in, but it's kind of annoying being asked that all the time. And
the question is annoying. Not being a twin is annoying.
No, not being a twin.
Yes.
Being
The question is
asked,
a lot.
being asked constantly, because sometimes I feel like maybe this is just like the asshole in me. It's evident. You can see. Oh my gosh, these two humans look like one person. Why would I want to go ask them, are you guys twins?
And half the time people look at us and think I'm the mean one.
I'm not
I'm
mean.
the one that can't be opposed.
I'm not mean. I'm just very honest and direct, and I don't like
weird questions.
Yeah, I don't. It's not weird questions, but like obvious things. It's obvious. We've seen twins as well. It's like, oh hey, you guys are twins.
Yeah, because they're used to it. I mean, with a lot of people, women more especially, they're just like, oh my god, I can't wait to have a twin. I wish I could get twins.
We've had so many of those. Can I hold your hand? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have twins.
We were at a party once in Polokwane, and this lady was so excited to see us. She was even crying. She was so excited to see twins. She went and got her husband. And for a second, we had like a little prayer moment because she's like, oh my god, I've been wanting twin boys or girls for the longest time. I only have a son or whatever. And for me, you know, they're annoying moments and they're beautiful moments. For me, that was the most like amazing thing to experience, that people really look forward to having twins so much. Just prepare yourself mentally, financially, and spiritually everything, because
whole bodily, it's not easy.
Yeah, my mom says it quite often.
But I think we see it with ourselves as well, like as individuals. I mean, with everything that we've gone through and the things that we've experienced together individually, we see that it's actually not easy to have two humans at the same time that you have to raise, that you have to discipline, that you have to always make sure that they're good and, you know, everything runs smoothly.
And
one child already is a lot.
Equally.
And love them equally and make sure that they feel that love. Doing that with one child is already a lot. So imagine two. That is even more.
Sorry to cut you short. Even with the loving equally thing, it is very tricky because, well, not as twins, you grow up with that where everything is shared equally between the two of you. And as much as it's a positive, the downside of it is that you end up wanting to do that in your life, right? Not just between each other, but with friends or whatever other experiences you have around yourself. Stupid example, buy 16 wings, that chicken licking, and you have counting. Okay, how many are you getting? How many are you getting?
Literally.
Counting food.
Just eat.
But it is so embedded in us that everything has to be shared equally. It's just part of your genes.
At some point, it's even hard to have that individualism because it's like you're always thinking about the next person because we're brought up that way. Like you can't buy something for yourself and not buy for the next person. It's the same with friends as well. I can't, even if she's not around and I'm with friends or whatever, I can't buy something for myself and not do the same for the next person because that's just how we were brought up. And it becomes tough when you need to start now living separate lives because you always had this thing in the back of your mind like, okay, but there's more than me. You know what I mean? Even if you've got your own stuff and you're not here, but still that thing is...
It's in the back of your mind, but we're learning. So this lady used to call us, she's probably still does, 2 peas in a pod.
Who?
You.
Oh, no, not 2 peas in a pod. 2
pods?
peas in different pods.
Please explain it.
2 peas in different pods, meaning we're lookalikes, we're twins, yes, but like different personalities, different characters, different behavioral characteristics. So yeah,
even
it's like
they chop and change, but
even though they chop and change, but for the most part, 2 peas in different pods.
And for the I'm saying her sentences for the most part. We sometimes seen as one simply because half the time we're always together. We go to the same spaces. I mean, we live together, so it's a lot, and we are learning and trying to outgrow that as well. We're trying to, in living in the same spaces, find our individualism and learn to do things separately, so that one day soon or whenever, when one decides to move on somewhere or get married, you don't have that feeling of lacking, or you don't feel imbalanced because your other half is not there.
Also, people can stop asking where the other one is when they only see one.
Okay, what she meant to say in a nicer way is that we will not always be in the same space together because we're trying to really identify who each individual is. And I mean, we get asked, where's the other one, as if I'm not complete without my sister. But and I think it's also something we have taught people. We have the same friends, we go to the same places, and predominantly if you have the same friends, you're bound to be in the same.
You're expected to be seen together.
We work in the same fields, so sometimes you're on the same set together. So we predominantly created that, but we are unlearning, and we'd like for everybody else to unlearn with us and understand that we are not always going to be seen like this. Twice together, always. Anyway, starting the questions.
Yeah.
Don't you? It's a basic thing. 3 questions. Around fashion and lifestyle predominantly for you. Your favorite movie and why?
Favorite movie?
I feel like I know it, but okay.
What is it?
How does that work?
I've got a couple, but the one that I would never get sick of is The Transporter. All of them, actually.
Do you know what I was thinking?
What?
The Devil Wears Prada, because of Meryl Streep.
I love it, but it's not like...
Wow, it's weird because every time I see that movie, I think of you.
Yeah. I love it for sure.
Transporter, that is
Meryl
so
Streep
weird.
is the shit.
Why Transporter?
Jason Statham is the one, yo. I don't know, I just like the storyline. I like how it was put together. I like the characters. I like the action. I love action movies, so...
Action girl.
Yeah.
Fighter. Favorite piece of clothing, bought or made?
Favorite piece of clothing? My mint green kimono that I made for myself when we went to Durban a few months ago.
No, it's brighter than this one.
Yeah, it's not the same shade.
Beautiful. If you could have lunch or dinner with someone dead or alive, who would it be? I know it's a question, but...
Dead!
Or alive? How? Why are you focusing on dead people? I said dead or alive.
Because Okay, dead or alive, who would I want to have lunch with? Ooh. Tracy Ellis Ross.
My favorite.
I love her.
Oh my god.
Tracy Ellis Ross, yes.
Yeah.
For sure. I want to pick her brain. I want to pick her closet. I just want to see her life
Sure.
in 3D and just embrace her. Like, she's amazing.
She must be our big sister.
Yeah, she's amazing.
No, she must be her big sister. You see, we're doing this thing again. No. Must be her big. I also
we're
wanted to
better
be my
off
big sister, but
separated.
Oh,
sorry.
Get a bit.
Gosh.
So the past, should I say 6 months? Actually, this year. This year has been a trying year for the two of us, for our relationship. You know, there's a point where I thought I was losing my sister in terms of our relationship was dying out because we were at a crossroad that I didn't know we could come back from. But what I want to now go back to and start from is our childhood. How you remember it. Because honestly, certain things, and I think back now, certain things I remember in patches, you know, or I'd see a picture and then I remember that moment. I don't think if anyone were to say, how was your life when you were 10? I'd know specifically, you know. So I remember in patches and everything else. But how do you remember your childhood? What did you like about it most? What is it that you felt you're happy that you're still carrying with you? Or I guess you would wish to forget?
Sure.
I know, a lot of questions.
Wow. That's only the beginning.
I know.
Sheesh.
I don't know how to do small talk.
Or keep it light.
Keep it light.
Sure. How I remember our childhood, it was a balanced upbringing. It was good, it was bad, it was traumatic, it was exciting, it was terrifying. Yeah, I remember Nkari. I remember mostly, I don't want to say the bad, but they are more in the forefront than the good is. The bullying, the failing and all those things. I mean, not to say that the good isn't there and I don't remember it. It's there, but what has been bothering me the most are the bad things that have happened, and you try so hard to not go back to that. You try so hard to not let those memories interfere with the present moment and moving forward, and so that it doesn't define who you are and how you carry yourself from this point moving forward. I had to work really hard to forget, not even forget, but heal, go back to those places. Okay, why am I still in this situation? Why am I still in this space? Why am I still thinking about these things when it happened so long ago? But I had to go back and figure out, like, okay, what is it that is causing these memories to even still be here? How do I let go of them and find peace and be happy with myself again? How do I, move from this side and jump to the good side and remember the good memories? Despite what happened here, there was still, this also happened, and this lasted for a very long time, and this is what brought you here, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'd say it was balanced. It was a balanced upbringing, and I'm grateful for it. One of the greatest things that I miss and I enjoyed was being a girl guide. Remember, we were girl guides.
Oh my God, with that Tani, what's her
Yes,
name
I
again?
forgot her name. Such an amazing old lady.
Grade 6, 7? Yes.
Not from grade 6. We started grade 5. Yeah, we started grade 5.
You started grade 5. I started grade 6.
Okay.
I did 2 years.
Yes.
And
so
then I moved on. Yeah.
that
You always started things before me. Basketball as well. You started, then I joined. Leadership.
I came out before
Hey,
you. are
We're on the right path. Now we are singing now. We are messing up. Yeah, Girl Guides. Oh,
yes.
lovely. That's a beautiful memory.
Girl Guides. That's what I miss the most. Swimming in primary school. Like I remember.
Really good swimmers.
I was swimming. I think those are the things that I would say I regret not pursuing further, because those are the two things that I enjoyed and I excelled in. I played chess as well. There's so many different things that I did in primary school that I didn't get. Hockey, tennis, you name it. Athletics I also did.
The only thing I think we didn't do sport
netball.
Was netball. That was
never did netball, but everything else I wanted, to try out. I wanted to give it a shot, and I put my all in it. And when I got to high school, it was the thing of, okay, high school, you wake up, you can't do it all. You gotta pick one. I was in the choir as well.
Yeah.
You can't, take it all. So high school, that's where we had to narrow it all down to one sport, which was basketball. I'm grateful for those memories. I cherish those memories. I wish I had excelled in those fields, or one of them at least, to say, okay, this is something that I can carry through, or this is something that has, brought me this far, and I have something to show for it. I'm not regretful of it not happening, because I believe everything happens for a reason.
True.
A part of me feels that sometimes our parents would take us out of things because maybe something
was another one. Sorry,
gymnastics,
yes.
Gymnastics.
I remember it.
Like,
we could have been Simone right now, but yeah.
Things happened back then. Not anyone's fault, except for that one girl. It's her fault. You. It's your fault.
I don't even know what girl she's talking about.
The one that kicked you.
At gymnastics?
Yes.
See, I don't remember.
There was a white girl that kicked her, and my dad took us out of gymnastics because of that.
Yeah, it was still a party time.
It was still rough times. So those are the type of things that, and I can't blame my parents for it, because you're looking out for us and you're trying to make sure that, you're always protective. So with everything that we did, there was that shield. Okay, can you carry on with this? Is the environment okay? Is the person teaching you also doing it out of the interest, out of the goodness of their heart, or you know what I mean? So those are the things that I remember, especially now since COVID started. Actually, you reflect and you go back on how you lived your life, because so many things happened. We lost so many people, and you wonder, like, did I live my life to the fullest? Did I do enough for myself, firstly? Did I do enough for myself? And did I do enough for those that I love, those around me, friends as well? Like, was I a good enough friend? And sometimes we beat ourselves up for something that is...
It's out of your control.
Out of your control. Like, there's only so much you can do as an individual, as a human being. You know what I mean? So, I'd say I'm happy. I lived a balanced life, still living it by the grace of God. Just happy to see what is happening up ahead, what is going to unfold for me.
That is so exciting. What I wanted to say is, with what you've said now, now I'm thinking of Belgehof days. My God. But anyway, with what you said now, I just remembered. There's a series we're watching now called David Makes Man, and it is so powerful for me because it actually makes you realize, once again, we're all going through the same things. With what you're pointing out now, in the past few days, I've been in the space of feeling like I am a child in an adult body, in the sense that there's certain experiences in my childhood I haven't been able to let go of, and which include certain people at that time. So, for example, when I see you then, not now. Because my memory is somewhat stuck on that. Yeah. And I saw that happening in David Makes Man. I was just like, yo, there's so many things that we still need to heal in order for us to look past certain experiences, to look past who this person is right now compared to who they used to be, so that you just grow out of it. And that in itself creates panic, because you're sitting there and you're just like, you know, in your mind is racing, wondering, oh, now, why haven't I moved past this? Why am I feeling like this? Why do I still possibly dislike this person or can't get over this and this and that? And I was like, it was a bit traumatizing for me. And I'm remembering all of this now how we were, because I'm just like, maybe that's part of the reason why certain parts of my childhood I don't remember, because it was just, I don't know, it was not a great experience. Predominantly the bullying, you know. Haginahana, the primary school we were at, up until high school, generally, you know. When I think of certain people in those spaces, I'm just like, a part of me doesn't want to let go of it, but I do want to let go of it, because I am blocking myself from growth, and growth that will help me be a better person, a better individual, be great at my work, and not compare myself to other people, or also not feel like I'm not worthy of certain things simply because of what a particular experience in primary or high school did to you or did to me, and how it made me feel, or how I still choose to see myself simply because of what the picture that people painted of you. Your answer just made me realize again. Well, I know. I live in my head. So half the time,
So do I.
a lot of things go on in my head, and I realize if you do not verbalize half the things that you're thinking, that can drive me crazy, you know, because it's just, you're just going and going and going. That can create so much stress for you. So
I think the best thing, not verbalize everything that is in your head, because there's some things that when you verbalize, like the universe hears you. There's certain things when you speak, it's like,
keep them there.
Keep them here. Rather write them down and then burn it or throw it away, because
just do something with
you'll never know what it is that you're manifesting. You know, and you never know what it is that you're saying, to who you're saying that to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everything that is in here is meant to be said out loud. And I learned that the hard way.
And also, yes, you did. We'll get to it. Also, the things that go on in your head, you need to be able to let them. So sometimes you think of something and you want it gone. You want a thought gone. Let's say it's a negative thought, and you're just like, okay, it needs to go. So there's a video I saw where this guy says, if you're thinking negative thoughts, let them play out. If you're feeling a certain way, let it play out so you move on. If you're forcing yourself to forget it, that's when it's just going to keep coming back, and you're not dealing with it, and that's what's going to hurt you more or make you sick or whatever the case is. So like you said, if it keeps on playing, either write it down and burn it or do something with it, but just allow yourself to feel it, you know. So yeah.
For sure.
No, not singing. When did you realize you wanted to be a designer?
Sure. Like a long time. Sometime, long time ago. I think primary school, like my whole life, because I used to make clothes out of our old clothes for our Barbie dolls. And Matt still remembers that. The other time when Matt was here, she was like, oh my gosh, and you used to design this out of your old fabrics. And I'm like,
How do you even remember
we were
that?
in primary school. And also being around Mama Kitu so much, and her designing most of our dresses growing up, it was
Hey,
like,
Mama Kitty, your beats are here.
it was like, it was an obvious thing.
Yeah.
It was very obvious for me, and so I stuck to that. As much as I was doing so many other things, I knew that fashion was like one of my favorite things. I did modeling in high school. I did a modeling course in high school, and so it was just like I did things that were, I'd say, accommodating to my liking of fashion. I applied to one school. I wasn't stressed about, okay, what am I going to do after high school? I knew exactly what I wanted to do after high school. I knew exactly where I wanted to go, and I knew how I wanted my life to pan out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I've been in love with it.
I remember in high school you used to do my artwork.
Yes.
Because I can't draw for shit. So I am creative, but not like that. So she's like a very arty-farty one. And was it grade 4? Grade 4. You used to do, actually throughout primary and sometimes high school, anything that required drawing, coloring in or whatnot, she used to do it for me. And obviously, no one could tell because it's homework. You do it at home. In classes, then you struggle or you jumpy center in class. But, this is not her. So that's how her skills helped me, and that's predominantly how we realized that this is what she loves and what she wants to do.
So she passed arts and culture because of me. Basically, that's what she's saying.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. There's another set of twins in Bloem that we were in high school with, and they went on to study fashion
design,
together.
yeah.
They went to study fashion design together. Before that, they went on a church camp just after high school. And unlike us, they have never really been separated. And when they got separated, they cried. They were in the same camp, but different groups. And they called their mom crying because they were apart and everything else. And I don't know how that went out. And they went and studied fashion together. One of them was good at sewing and the other one was good at sketching. So they had a class where they had to make a full outfit in class. So the one that's good completed hers. They swapped. They're that identical. Like beyond us. I can't even tell who's who.
Those who know will know who we're talking about.
Beyond us. And they swapped so that the other sister can finish this one's outfit. And I was just like, that is so crazy. They went on to work. Dope. They worked in the same mall, retail, one floor above the other. I was like, no, that is just a lot. But, people always say, you guys are so tight, you're always together. Those two people are always together. They're married now, so I don't know how that works out. So, yeah. But
hey,
things are intense like that. Hey, tweenies! Okay, how would you describe where you are now in life? Your mind, body, and soul.
Remember last time when I said to you, there's overwhelmed, there's underwhelmed, there's whelmed. I meant whelmed.
You're whelmed.
I'm whelmed. I'm just on the surface. I'm not. Yeah, I'm still trying to repair so much that was broken, so much that I have lost. I'm still trying to regain my strength, regain my mind, and heal as well. So I'm in no rush for anything. I'm in no rush to plan for tomorrow. What I'm focused on the present. I'm grateful for the breath that is in my body. Like that is it. I wake up every morning and I'm like, thank you, Holy Spirit, I am awake. And literally that's all that matters. Sometimes my mind will just be quiet. Yeah. And I've been wanting that for so long.
That peace.
That peace of just like,
how do you
I can sit still and just literally like this, there's nothing.
How do you do that? I really, and I'm not doing so great with my meditation and yoga lately, so.
Well, I haven't been meditating or yogaing in a while. Yeah, I haven't been doing that since I got back. Actually, from the time I got home until this point, I haven't been doing any of that because it was such a struggle. I went through a mental breakdown 3 months ago. It was very hectic. It was very intense, but I got through it by the grace of God with the support of my family and friends. I am here, and that's why I'm so grateful. And I'm saying I don't pressurize myself to do anything that is not going to benefit me. It's not going to help my mind heal. It's not going to help my surrounding be better. If it doesn't help me, then go on with it. So I think what has helped me is that before I even went home, before the breakdown, that I was already doing a lot of yoga. I was meditating a lot, and maybe that is what prepared me for where I am right now. You know what I mean? Because I could meditate literally the whole day and just write down what is happening on my mind. I could just release. I did a lot of releasing on paper, but when I had the breakdown, I think it was just everything happening at once and being overwhelmed by all of that, and healing through my trauma, healing through past hurt, healing through lost friendships and family members. Like it was just
a lot.
A volcano that erupted. I was a volcano that erupted. Like I had just reached my breaking point, and I'm in a much better space now, mentally, physically, emotionally. I take care of myself first. If it doesn't help me, I'm not doing it. If it's not going to heal me, I'm not doing it. You know, if it doesn't make sense, if it's not serving me, and it's interrupting with my well-being, I'm not doing it.
The flow of your life.
Yes. So it's gonna take time. You just gotta be patient with yourself. Continue, like, in moments where I feel like nothing is happening, I'm still grateful. You know, it's what you say that changes your surrounding, that changes the situation and your mindset. Like, even if you could think of the worst thing, like, or be angry or whatever, but it's what comes out of your mouth next that's gonna help you change that and put you in a better situation. So affirming myself has gotten me this far. Affirmations, taking time, music as well. Like, it doesn't have to have words, like just meditation music, frequency,
instruments.
Just find what works for you and what brings you peace, and it'll come together. I'm not saying like I'm in the perfect place right now, that everything is hunky-dory, we're happy, but I'm much better than where I was 3 months ago. So
Sure. That is so great. And we just had a great bonding session this morning, where we just played gospel music. It started with one song, and I did not realize it until the end of that song, and I wanted to play another one, that I needed it. You know, where you allow yourself to be sucked in by your anxiety and your fear and everything else, and you forget your power, you know. So as much as I've been listening to music in the past week, it hasn't been the music that I needed until this morning. And also having someone to, you know, jam with you in that moment, being you, which I appreciated. We both got into it, and then we were vibing. It was just vibrant, it was beautiful, and then, you know, your spirit is just uplifted again. So, which is beautiful. It's a huge learning curve to realize that every day is really different. You know, sometimes you want to carry today with yesterday's energy. It won't be the same because you're presenting with different things. You know, as long as you find the positive in whatever you're doing or who you're around, etc., then it will definitely work.
I've also learned that once yesterday is gone, it's gone. Why are we still sitting?
There's nothing else you can do.
Why are we still sitting in it? Why are you still trying to figure out what happened yesterday and how it happened? It happened. Just move on.
I guess part of it is in reflecting. When I spoke about reflections last week, you reflect to benefit or to grow parts of yourself, to see what is it that you could do better, not necessarily to dwell on it and be like, that was a mess, or this, you know, but it's just to look at certain parts and see how can I improve here as an individual, or how can I correct what I did here to better myself, better my surroundings, and be a better person for my people, you know. Because now, with the energy we carry, I feel in the time you were not here, or you had your breakdown, I felt obligated to be strong for you, for the family, and I put myself last. I put me being strong for myself last. And those are things that I reflect on now to see, okay, how can you be, now that everyone is okay and they're better, how can you be better or be good for yourself? So for me, that's the importance of reflection or thinking back as to what happened, you know.
For sure.
And in doing that, I'm not letting you go, I'm not letting the family go or whatever, but I'm just doing what works for me.
You're being considerate of yourself.
I'm being considerate of myself, because my biggest thing is making sure everyone is okay. But you can't do that if you're not okay. And I keep saying this, you know. So that has been my biggest lesson. It still is, because like I said, ever since you came back, I feel myself falling into that codependency thing again, you know, and I don't want that. I want us to continue building as individuals and know our strengths and know what you need to do for yourself and what I need to do for myself in order to be better people. It's tough, but the therapy helps with that, you know. And if there's no therapy, podcasting, journaling, you know. You're good at journaling. You've been doing that since high school. But personally, from my point of view, it felt like you journaling felt like it was your only way of communication, because you're a quiet human. You think quiet. You don't, Lee does not say when she's really going through things. It's always like, oh, okay, it's fine. It will be okay. Move on. And I think that is what built up. I think, all those things built up to a point, to your breaking point, you know, where you just couldn't handle all of it anymore. And everything came out at the same time. And then I think that's where the meltdown happened.
And you're not even aware when it happens. I'm being able to handle things by myself, like whatever I go through, being able to journal. You're not aware that it's gotten to that point because you've been doing it for so long. Like you're so used to, like, okay, that's how you're gonna act, that's how you're gonna behave. Cool. Sure. I'm gonna go to my corner, mind my business, do me. When you're done with this, then hit me up. Then we can figure it out. But for the most part, that's how it's always been. I don't like drama. I don't like, confrontations. I like it's fights. It's just unnecessary. Like, go fight by yourself. I'm not going to entertain you. So having learned that, it became such a norm that you don't even realize that, this is what you're doing, and it's actually not healthy that you're doing it like this, even though for you it feels like it is. So when it got to that point where it was like, and it was weird when it happened, because now I'm also like, no man, no, what's going on? What is happening? Like, usually this should not even bother me.
You're always in control.
Yes, I'm in control. I know what's happening. I can handle it. I've always been able to heal myself. Like, so what's this now? Wait, you literally have no control of anything. Like, everything just erupts and you're like sitting in a bowl of mess and you're like, okay, how do I get out of this? Yeah. This is where now I also had to realize it's actually okay to reach out or just tell someone like, I'm not okay, I need help. And that in itself took a lot as well out of me, because I can ask for help when it comes to like work or whatever. Like, there's small things, there's certain things that you'll ask help for, but most part, like when you are not okay mentally, emotionally, and you're not used to talking about it to other people, it's like, okay, let me not bother people. It's also that thing, you don't want to inconvenience people, you don't want to be the burden, you don't want to be seen as that girl that's going through something. But for me, it's like, oh, I can see you're not okay. Come, let's go sort it out. Let's go fix it. You can't be like this for too long. Oh, you need help with it. Okay, cool. You can come sleep over at my house. I can help. It's easier to lend a helping hand instead of actually allowing yourself to receive it.
That's where we are.
That's my biggest lesson.
In many ways, and it becomes so tough. It also becomes tough when you have to say no to people.
Yeah.
Hey, the word no. It's like you are.
Like you stab somebody.
Yeah, it's like you committed a crime and you say no, and that is no one else's fault around you, but you being the person that is unable to. Just use the word openly and willingly when you can't or don't want to do certain things. Also, when you've allowed yourself to always say yes, and people are used to you saying yes, and people know you to be the person that is giving and, responsive to whatever issues they have, Yeah.
Once people are used to you being that person, it's difficult to step away and say, yeah, but... And when you do, you're seen as though... Oba snacks. And you also start to feel that way, but it's actually not your fault. It's okay to be snack sometimes. Yes, I want to be snack sometimes and say no, because I give badly. Like, damn. Yeah. Just let no be no. You know what I mean? Without you feeling like some type of I love you less or I care about you less. I don't. I just care about me more right now, and I love myself more to make sure that I am okay. before I can help you. Because how do I give from an empty cup? My cup has been empty, so y'all just been doing this.
La Jorella.
La Jorella.
Yeah.
So can you imagine? Like, you know, like you are literally dried up, and people are still like trying to, I need.
And they're not aware of that.
They're not.
They're not aware. Like,
so to an extent, you can't blame them.
Yeah.
Because you're also not saying anything. Guys, actually, here's my cutoff point. I can't.
And when you offered help, you deny it because
Yes.
you feel like, I got it.
Yeah. You're like, no. I can't anymore. This is my cutoff point.
Yeah.
I've given you enough. Now, my land is dry. I just need to water my garden. I need to,
I felt
fertilize my
guilty when I
soil.
had to do that.
No way. I stopped feeling guilty for that. No. I was like, actually,
No.
because every morning I have to wake up with
This person.
I have to look in the mirror and I have to deal. Like, for the past 3 months, I didn't even recognize myself because I was like, I didn't know what I wanted anymore. Before I went home, I was okay. I knew what I wanted. When you're happy and your plans are set, you're like, okay,
This is what I'm
God, this is what we're doing. This is what we're stepping into. And then God is like, no, my girl. One more challenge. Like, and I overcame that. But in overcoming that, so many things, I had to break down the walls. Like, my cousin once said to me, my wall is like a Grootweg. If you all know what Grootweg is, the prison in Bloem. My walls are as high as Grootweg walls. And someone said my wall is iced. So, firstly, Grootweg and ice. So you can imagine, you are closed off completely. So
you can't break that thing.
So how do you have this high wall, but you're still this giving person? Like, to an extent, you're being somebody else. I was being somebody else to please everybody else, but deep down, I was not taking care of myself. So I had to break down all those walls. That ice had to go away as well. Break it down and say, okay, here's the light now. Who's this? What's happening? What am I doing? How do we move forward from this? Need to let go. All those walls are broken down, those bricks.
Start over.
Clean them up. Start over. One step at a time. How do we do that? And in doing that, as you put every brick, with what intention
These are positive bricks now.
These are positive bricks, yes. These are because we're done with the
building walls, but
yes.
I think, let's say you're planting flowers, because bricks still seem a bit heavy.
But no, that brick that we're building is your foundation as well.
Okay, true.
We're restructuring everything and trying to making it better. Not even trying, making it better. And in doing that, you're building your house, and then outside your house will be your garden. We make sure your grass is also good, your soil is good, you are fertilizing, you are watering every day. I learned from Miss Iana Van Zandt, you get what you water. So if you don't water your garden every day and you don't give it the right food,
it's not gonna grow.
Don't expect to get good things because you're not putting in good things. So that's what I do every day now. Like, intentionally, I work on putting in good things
into your body,
into my body, into my mind, my soul, and my spirit, so that I can rebuild. And
how's your spirit been since then? And
dead.
Dead.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, my dude, gone. It was the point. I'm not even lying. I swear to God, I could not. When I say I could not recognize myself, I didn't know. Rapela was like tough, and I was just like, whatever. Let's just wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow can, today can pass. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. Today can pass. I'm over today. Let's wait for tomorrow and see what happens. And that was
so draining.
That was draining. It, like, you cry every day just randomly, and you don't even know why you're crying.
That is all this
people
shit
around you
up,
also are just like, but what's going on? How do we help? I don't want you to help me. I don't even want to talk to you. Like, it is that bad. But once you overcome that and you you have released all of those things, it's like, okay, breathe. Let's start from, literally, you start from planting one flower. That one flower makes a difference.
I think the other thing we have to look at when we try to heal, sometimes we want to heal everything at the same time.
At the same time, it doesn't work.
And that does not work. And I think that's what I've been trying to do, because I'm like, okay, here are my problems. I'm aware of them. Now I need to fix them. You can't fix all of them at once. Kiban Queen Po, she said in one of her videos, when you're healing, categorize your healing points and do it one department at a time, one department at a time. If you need to heal from money issues or however you manage money, your relationship with money, focus on that and work it out properly, and journal in the process, because if you don't, then you don't see anything and it's not going to help you become better. And since then, I listed everything that I had to heal, and now it's a case of, okay, where am I starting? What's more important? Is it money first? Is it relationships? Is it me? And I think the most important thing is you, because in order for you to be okay, you can be able to deal with everything else. Yeah.
For sure.
Hectic. So you felt dead, your spirit felt dead. How does it feel now? Are you, and as Kisu, well, before you answer, the way you described it now reminds me of after I was diagnosed with mild depression, because that started at home.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what year it was New Year's Eve. I went to bed at 10 o'clock at night. I did not bother to wait for midnight, cricket or whatever. I just went to bed. And ever since that day, I think I was in bed almost every day for the
we went to Drakensberg, yes.
Before we went to Drakensberg, I didn't quite enjoy that holiday. I didn't quite enjoy being at home. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't identify with anything. I was very snappy. I never wanted you to get out.
She was snappy, gosh.
The one day there was a day thing I woke up, but I couldn't move, right? And that day I was like, I think I was felt half paralyzed or whatever, but my muscles were stiff.
Yeah.
And eventually went to the doctor, got some muscle relaxers, and it was just tension and stress and everything else. Only to later find out those are all part of things of depression, and I didn't know that. And I finally was able to verbalize to my sister and my mom to say, yo, I'm not okay. I feel like this, I feel like that. I'm always crying. I don't want to get out the house. I don't want to see anyone. And for me, that's where my therapy journey started, and where I realized that, okay, you've been a bit too hard on yourself, and you are expecting yourself to be this massive person to everyone. You need to start healing and working it out. And I mean, it's been on and off ever since, but I'm grateful I spoke up, which is one of the things we struggle with. One of the things that you struggled with as well is speaking up to say, how are you going to overcome this? And I'm very grateful for you, because now you had to deal with me going through that for I don't know how long, and she was so patient with me at the time where I never wanted to get up. When we got back to Joburg, I never wanted to get up. I never wanted to do work, and I had to, So she was very patient with me. Some of my friends were very patient with me, the ones that knew what was going on. And when tables turned and she went through her phase, I mean, it was a no-brainer that I had to be there for my sister and just be patient and understanding. And I knew exactly what it was that she was going through, even though hers was quite worse than mine. But I'm glad that we overcame that and we're still working through it. But what I wanted to find out is, now that you are aware of certain things, how are you managing or healing your spirit now, or what do you identify with at this point? Because I'm still struggling to pray. I can praise and worship, it's great, but I'm not a person that reads the Bible. Honestly, I try, but I don't read the Bible. You'll send a scripture, I'll read it sometimes. Half the time I don't. My mom sends scriptures every day, and when my spirit feels connected, then I can read it. Otherwise, I don't. So where are you now? How do you feel? What do you identify with?
I identify with silence. I love silence now. I appreciate silence more, because nothing can distract you in silence. You can't think of, other things that will take you back, or that's like my mind, I can sit and not think about anything. Just be in the present moment. And I appreciate that more because there's less traffic. You know what I mean? You experience things a lot better and you understand better. So what I identify with now is silence. It's prayer, even though sometimes it's tough. It's tough to pray because your spirit may not be there, but it's like I have to do this. So just verbalizing and say, God, I'm grateful is enough for me. If I struggle to have to spend more time in his presence than I used to before I went home. Like I could sit, read the Bible, I could sit, write. But now it's become so tough. It's like I'm rebuilding. So I'm also figuring out what is working for me moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But silence is my favorite thing. You hear a lot and see a lot in silence.
Yeah. Hectic. Beautiful. If you could go back in time, your teens, tertiary, or 2 years ago, what would you do differently? If, for example, there's a certain time in your life that maybe is very dominant in your mind, the memory of it, or whatever the case is.
I would drink less.
Hectic.
Yeah, I would drink less because you end up finding yourself in situations that you're not supposed to be in. You end up finding yourself in situations that sometimes you can't even control
what is happening.
You're aware of what's going on, but you can't control it. And it's like, if I wasn't like this probably wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? And now it's like, I can't go back to this because this is what I was. It's like I also had a role to play. This is what happened. But I can't go back and say, yo, this and this happened because of 1, 2, 3. Can't put the blame on the situation or somebody else because I had
blaming yourself for.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's also one of the things that I had to forgive myself for. Well, yo, you were young, living our best lives, drinking and whatnot. It's not your fault that these things happened. You know what I mean? You have to acknowledge that first. You have to forgive yourself for that first. And then you can start to move forward. So drink less.
That is so hit. I never thought that would be the answer.
But the thing is, we've used alcohol as an escape for a very long time. I used alcohol as an escape for a very long time for various reasons. And you're thinking, but we're just having fun. No, you're shutting out things that you actually need to deal with.
Yeah. Especially if you get to a point of losing control. I know I love control, so
you're shutting out things that you need to deal with.
Yeah.
So
there's a healthy way of doing it.
There's a healthy way of doing it.
So you and I
You and I TY. Sorry.
These mosquito bites are hectic. So, and I'm thinking back from primary until now, we have gained and lost a lot of friends. And not necessarily in death, but in just the case of, okay, the season for this friendship has come and it has gone. It's time to move past it. Which friendship, and you definitely don't have to say names or times or whatever, which friendship do you wish you kind of still had? I don't know if it's fair to say kind of still had, because there's reasons and seasons for things, but which friendship do you wish was kind of still a friendship?
None.
True.
None. Because I've never been one to regret my decisions. I've never been one to go back on my word. If it's done, it's done. There's a reason why it's done.
Yeah.
And I don't let go of friendships.
Nje.
Like I strongly believe I'm a solid friend. Like I'm a really good friend, and when I'm your friend, I'm there for you. I'm supportive. Like I'm present. So if it happens that we're not friends anymore,
bye Felicia.
it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know that I did my part. I did my best, and yeah, no, none.
Okay, makes sense. I guess, and it makes sense because I can see.
Because if we're going back,
yeah,
we need to go back. I'm going back to something better.
True.
And if I'm going back, I'm not going back because I'm the one that, like, I'm in need of this friendship, or like, oh my gosh, I can't survive without you. No, I can survive. I can live. I'm very much capable of doing that. It's a thing of how does this benefit me now? How do we?
It must be
beneficial
from both sides.
Yes. How is it going to be better than how we left it? You know what I mean? Are you gonna be more present? You know, like, yeah, friendship is like any other relationship. It's a two-way street. You can't just be, be the only one receiving and then there's no reciprocity. There's no reciprocity. Bye. Deuces.
So we kind of touched on this, you overcoming a lot in the past few months, which was 2021 and in a positive way. Wow,
it's gonna fella beautifully. I believe
a hectic one. What are you most grateful for?
My life. I'm grateful that I am alive. I'm grateful that I'm sitting here today in front of you, looking at you, and I'm breathing. Because 3 months ago, I never thought that I'd still be alive. Only God knows. And I was content, and I was prepared that, okay, if this is it, all right, I did my best, I did my part. Let's go. Let's go.
You're not going to make a joke out of that. Are you mad?
Because I've already cried and things like I'm not gonna. I'm not. You're in a bright color. I'm in a bright color. We're happy. We're celebrating life. I'm just. I'm alive.
I can't stand you.
I'm alive.
So what would you say is your self-care routine now? Self-care routine now. You still need to perfect it, like
I haven't really like gotten into that routine of like I said, I'm grateful every morning to just be alive. I haven't. Remember, I said I'm whelmed. I'm not over. I'm not under.
You're just whelmed.
I'm just whelmed. So I'm still here. I haven't done any specific self-care routines or none of that that I would want to. Just wake up and be grateful. Take every day and every moment as it comes. And yeah.
Alright, darling. But at some point, you don't just want to go build a plan.
No, of course. No, but look, sister, here's the thing that we also need to remind ourselves. You can't rush the process of healing.
That's true.
You can't rush yourself to heal. You can't rush yourself to be in a position that you wanted like 5 months ago. Like, okay, I'm over this. Yeah, I've moved on now. Let's move on quicker to this situation. I'm not rushing myself. I'm taking my time, but in doing that, obviously there's planning and there's looking at what the next possible situation is or next move is for myself. Yeah.
Okay, darling. I hear you. Makes sense. 100% sense. This or that.
Ooh, this or that. It's like this, like that, like
Let's
this.
say
And
like, yo,
like
bruh.
this and that. I'm sorry. I just like to sing a lot. Like
I know.
words come
I
and
know. But now
I'd win song association like this, like that.
We
You
should
see?
try that. We should try that. You know, you're saying it now. You're saying it now, and in when you watch the Terrell show, how often do you get the words that are there before the buzzer goes off?
No, but I don't participate
Why not?
because I'm watching to watch and listen to
I
what
do
they
it.
say. No, it's not the same. I'm watching because I want to
Okay,
see
give
how
me a
quickly
tester.
they do it.
I'm gonna create one.
Girl.
We'll have like a short segment, song association segment, and we're gonna see what songs you're gonna come up with. I'm just gonna find 10 words.
Okay.
Drive or fly?
Sure. Driving.
Okay. You
Even
driving
though
or passenger?
no passenger, I don't like driving, but I love road trips.
Dress or pants?
Ah, dress.
You can't do this in the dress.
I can do anything.
Camping or glamping?
Clamping.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Being cooked for.
And who cooks? Sneakers or dress shoes?
Sneakers.
Really?
Yeah. Sneakers.
Sneakers? You over heels?
Sneakers.
You're being dishonest, but it's fine.
I'm not being dishonest.
Really? I
Yes.
feel like between the two of us, I will probably do more sneakers than I do heels, and you do more.
No, things have changed.
Oh.
Things have been changed. Sneakers.
Well, reality show documentaries.
Documentaries.
Why you can do that?
Why you do that?
Reality shows.
Yeah. No, it's not that I don't enjoy reality shows, but if I had to choose between the two, I love documentaries.
What is the most recent documentary that you watched?
Yo.
Can I suggest one for you to watch?
Oh, I watched the Naomi Osaka one.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful. I loved that.
That was amazing.
Yeah, she's dope.
Nina Simone.
Ooh.
Watch the Nina Simone documentary. My God, I
Miss
fell
Nina.
more in love with her after, and it was also very painful to experience what she's gone through. I'm not going to say a lot.
Don't
but
say a lot.
Watch the Nina Simone documentary. And
All right, Miss Nina.
who else? There's another one that I watched. I'll find it and I'll tell you. But anyway, thank you, Sister.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you for being here. Give me a hat.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. Oh no.
I love you.
I appreciate you too.
Keep taking care of yourself.
I will, girl.
Keep loving
You
on
too.
yourself.
Thanks, girl.
We're going day by day, and I'm blessed you're still here, you're still alive. I'm blessed I'm still alive, that we have essentially a second chance to
Do
work
better.
on our relationship, do better, work on ourselves first, work on ourselves as individuals, and then, build from there. And we're in a much better place. I appreciate that.
For sure.
Okay, sign us out first. Since you wanted to do the intro, I'll let you do the outro.
Signing out. Gazala. Thank you.
I'm not having you here again. Jeez.
Thank you so much for watching the Royal Mogul podcast with myself, Lee, and my twin sister, Teho. It was a dope time. And yes, stay tuned for the next channel. This is next channel. How did it?
She's expanding the brand already, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
She has a vision. She's
this
expanding
empire
the
is
brand
growing.
into something else.
This empire is growing. So,
yeah.
yes, stay tuned for the next episode.
Yay.
Let her do the rest. Hey.
What did I want to say just now? Oh my God, I lost my train of thought.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, yo, guys, thank you. Goodbye. I love you all. I don't know with this person singing these popular songs on this thing, but I'm happy that I finally got to do this episode with her, because I actually wanted it in the beginning, but it was obviously very soon.
In the beginning.
Get the whole No. Because you've not listened. Bye guys. Thank you.